it's Jessie with Playing with Jessie. You can tell by the title of the video, I'm here to talk about why I have stopped using my Hobonichi. Now let's give a little bit of back history. So, this time last year I was using a A5 bullet journal, which was this one. And I loved it. I thought it was very versatile. I enjoyed it. After this one, I went to a Taroko shop notebook, which I split up into traveler's notebooks, and I used that for a little bit. And then I moved to this Rhodia, which is also A5, and I was still doing the bullet journaling. And sometime in September of last year, I decided to try an A6 size, so I actually drew an A6 size into my A5, and I thought the size was great. I thought it would work, so I decided to order an A6 notebook, which was this one. This is an Essentials notebook from Amazon, and it was grid paper, and I used this for a month or so, and then I decided I wanted to get the Hobonichi, which is also this size. I think because that time of year, a lot of people were ordering the new Hobonichis for January start, so I was sort of excited about all of the buzz about it, and so I wanted to give that a try. So I bought this used. This is a spring 2016, which I started using middle of October of last year. And I used this up until the end of the year, until January 1st of this year, when I started using this one, which is the Hobonichi Avec. So it's just half the year. So this is January to June. And I've used this every day up until now, and today is March the 28th. So somewhere, I don't know, maybe a week or two ago, I started getting very, I guess the word's nostalgic for what I'd been doing in this bullet journal. I don't know if it's just following more Instagram accounts that have bullet journals or what, but I really sort of missed the versatility of being able to do a weekly layout and then a list on the next page and then stick some stuff in and not be using a page that's designated for a specific day. And that's the one drawback I'm finding in this, is I have a page per day, but sometimes I don't need a whole page per day, and sometimes I need like 3 pages per day. So that is an issue. The other issue I have is the paper in here is great. Like, I love how it feels, I love how it looks, but I kind of also miss being able to write on the paper and not have any shadowing showing through. I mean, some days I don't mind it. Some days I like how it looks with the shadowing in the background. It just feels very worn and used, and I like that. And other days I just kind of want a thicker page that's not gonna shadow. So what I did was I ordered another one of these, another Essentials notebook from Amazon. The difference is that this one is blank. The one thing that I didn't love about this one was not necessarily the grid itself, but how dark the grid lines are. I prefer a fainter, either dot grid or dot or lines or whatever it's going to be. Well, not lines. I don't like lines at all. But so I just went with blank, and I'm really liking this so far. So the original plan was I was going to use this and start doing weeklies in here, which I did. Here's a weekly, and here's this week. And I thought I could also use this for the notes, collections, lists, that kind of thing that I don't have room for in this guy, because there's not really there's not a lot of note pages in here. I think there's like 3 or 4 note pages at the end. So I thought I could put these two in my A6 Traveler's Notebook, and I could have the best of both worlds. Have the Hobonichi experience and also have another notebook where I can do whatever I want. Collections, lists, random reminders, spend a whole page putting in pictures or whatever, anything I want. goes in here. But what I found was it was too much to have both of these. I was using this one and then not using this one, and if I tried to use this one, then this one didn't get used. So what I've done for the past week or so is only use this one. And so what I've done is I've done the weeklies as I showed you. I added in printable monthly, month on 2 pages for the rest of the year. And then I've started doing daily pages. So here's a couple of the daily pages. This is today. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to go back to the Hobonichi. I don't know if I'm going to decide that I'm fine with just this one. You know, if I do abandon the Hobonichi, maybe I can just sell the July to December one of these, because obviously I haven't touched that. Or maybe I'll miss this paper and miss this sort of feeling. I don't know. The Hobonichi gives you, and go back to this. I don't know. So we'll see where we are. But for right now, I am using this Essentials Planner A6 from Amazon, blank, and I guess bullet journaling. I mean, I've done bullet journaling a lot. I mean, I've never really been a traditional bullet journalist. Like, I mean, the fact that I do like traditional monthly calendars isn't very traditional bullet journaling. I don't necessarily stick to a key or have a table of contents. I don't color code. I don't do a lot of tracking. A lot of the typical bullet journal things I don't do, but that's, I guess, what you would still call this. You know, it's a DIY list keeping planner notebook bullet journal. So there we are. That's my story of why I stopped using my Hobonichi. But I am still using my Hobonichi Weeks for my wallet. I might make a different video about that. And I'm still using the Hobonichi Cousin for my art journal. Again, I'll make a separate video on that at some point. So I have not abandoned the Hobonichi world. I've just, for my everyday, day-to-day, daily planning, weekly planning, it's going in this baby. Okay? So thanks for watching. Bye.